Yeah, I mean, we can just start schmoozing.
Yeah, all right. You take the lead.
So, l'chaim, man.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. So tell me about the soccer game, just quickly, and about our friend Nick Hornby. That's really funny. That's the one thing I know practically.
In the early 90s, my mom came back from a trip to London.
Yeah.
And she brought, as part of the swag she brought back, she brought back this book that had just come out, Fever Pitch.
Oh, she brought that one
right.
back.
And I was like a soccer fan before that, but my only contact with international soccer were like the national teams.
Okay.
You know,
right, the ones that played in the World
England
Cup.
and Germany.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like for real fans, like the national teams, it's like going to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like the real fans are the fans for the club teams.
To their own play.
Right. I mean, it's like you care more about the Red Sox than you do about the American team in baseball in the Olympics, right? Right.
And that book is, so I got that same book, Johan's, called Fever Pitch. That I read it around the same time, it was 94.
Yeah, and it's like a series of these like 1 or 2 page essays about like tracking his life as interpreted through the Arsenal games that are happening at that time. So he's going, like he's got one like, you know, his college girlfriend broke up with him the same day that Arsenal lost in the FA Cup semifinal.
So it was a tragic day.
Yeah, and how he went to, someone took him to go see a production of King Lear that night, and he goes, and I hated it because I couldn't see what Lear's problem was.
Really?
Yeah. No, but there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of really good, like, political and, like, meditative stuff
in the book.
About, like, racism in the game, like, hooligan violence. And
he mentioned, the hooligan violence.
Yeah, and, like, you know, Margaret Thatcher, like in the hooligans, basically cooperating to demonize like the normal football fans and turn the stadiums into these like churning cauldrons of hate, rather than, you know, I mean,
getting rid of the other people. I mean,
right, exactly.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shit. That's heavy duty.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to go into that. But so was Arsenal played, what was the team?
Manchester City.
Oh, Manchester City, right.
And Man City scored in the 9th minute, and we got into the 90th minute, into stoppage time. He was going, oh no, we're going to lose 1-0. And then like Arsenal scored this beautiful goal, like just at the end of the game.
Was it a long shot or close?
It was a long pass over the top to our fast young Brazilian player Gabriel Martinelli, who takes the pass and chips it up on this high loop over the keeper, and you couldn't even tell that it was going in until it slowly dropped down and it's like yeah.
And where was it played?
In London at the Arsenal Stadium.
Oh man,
yeah.
Nuts. Well, is most of the team, many of them foreign born?
Oh yeah.
Of Arsenal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just like
actually, I wouldn't. I mean, there are. I mean, just count. Spanish goalie. We've got Ben White, who's English. What's really cool is that there are 4 players on the team, 4 English players on the team.
Yeah.
Who are of African, I mean, you know, not just Jamaican, but like African. With names like Noni Madueke and Bukayo Saka and Ethan Wanyeri.
So you're pronouncing these all correct?
Oh yeah, Ethan Wanyeri and, you know, Eberichi Eze.
Oh, that's what you mentioned.
Yeah, but they're all born in the UK from immigrant parents, but when they get interviews, like now for Bukayo Saka, is going, yeah, right. I feel like, you know, and he's speaking like a total Brit, right? I think it was brilliant that, you know.
Everybody's shocked, right?
Well, not shocked. It's just like realizing, like, cool Britannia, you know, that this is, you know,
second generation, third generation.
Yeah, but they're as English as anybody, right?
Yeah. Right. Well, they were English colonies, most of those. The ones who came.
Yeah, like Nigeria. Yeah. And you know, that's where these folks. It's not where they came from. It's where their parents or grandparents came from. Right.
Right. Yeah. Well, So, Mike, is it Mike or
Michael.
Michael?
I learned early on in college that young women respond better to an archangel than they do to the boy who eats Life cereal.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Which cereal?
Like, remember that old cereal, like, get Mikey to eat it. Mikey likes it.
I don't know if I think that was later than me, maybe.
Maybe.
Was it Cheerios or something?
Yeah. It's Life cereal, you know.
Called Life cereal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I figured Michael is like so much more,
suave.
elegant than Mike.
So it proved true.
Right.
It was true. Okay. So yesterday, we had a great rally. And
best one so far. Yeah.
Really. So at the rally, when we got to the building outside the ICE detention center in Burlington, towards the end, you spoke about the need for resistance and what it takes to organize resistance, and just say something about that.
Yeah, I mean, I get tired of people who are just wailing with despair.
Yeah.
Where obviously we have to be realistic and open our eyes to the horror of what's happening.
Sure.
But to say, oh my God, and they're coming for us, and they're like all that.
Yeah.
That's fine if it's the first step in organizing a defense.
Right.
But if that's the only step, then we're obeying in advance.
Yeah, I know that.
You know, like we're ceding to them more power than they have.
Right.
And I feel like saying, like, the taco idea, Trump always chickens out, also applies to domestic repression, but he's only going to chicken out if he realizes he's up against something strong.
What's the taco thing?
It's what they said about tariffs. Trump always chickens out, you know?
I hadn't heard that.
Oh, yeah, it's a big deal.
But also people, I think, are overly cautious. Don't you think? I mean, like, we're not, I know, we went up to that truck, that van yesterday. And I was like inches, and the guy is shooting us. But I'm not going to think that, I get home and somebody's going to be waiting for me.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to exaggerate the fear, because then that's a stopping point.
Yeah,
that's
actually,
an obstacle.
By the way, I was not able to put you on the text list.
Oh, no, I got it.
Do you have an...
I've been getting it.
You have?
Yeah. There's too many.
Maybe I've got you under a different name or something.
There's too many. I mean, I hate those things. There's so many that come in.
Yeah.
It's like WhatsApp or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Anyway, so
I mean, it was just easier for me to assemble it like that.
Yeah.
Than like getting everybody to give me their email address
Oh yeah. No. So, what do you think is the most important thing right now to stop ICE? How, or to neutralize them or diminish them? And the other question was, what's the difference between ICE in this term, I mean, I know there is, and the first term of Trump? What's tell me some of the
I think the difference is that Stephen Miller is completely in charge now.
And he wasn't before? He
was in there, but there was more of a buffer from like John Kelly. I mean, or like even Bill Barr, or what's his name, the
Attorney General, the second,
the previous Attorney General, the right wing senator. Oh, I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, not DeSantis. No. From where was he from? Anyway, forget that. Don't worry. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
so they were kind of neutralizing Stephen Miller.
Yeah, and so they backed off on family separation. And and they didn't like amp up this. You didn't have in the first term massed ICE agents pulling people off the street.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that then.
Right.
I mean, the main thing was what they were doing at the California border, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the main?
I mean, no. I think they also like had raids and stuff like that, but not on the scale we're seeing now.
Right. Are you surprised that they're doing it in Massachusetts? I was surprised when I heard that.
No.
But I thought, how much can Maura Healey intervene?
Not much, unfortunately. I mean, she can and should pass state laws that require that law enforcement agents show their face and show their badge.
Okay.
And
Did they do that?
I think they're about to pass that. I think California already has.
Okay.
There's always going to be an issue of like the Trump people saying, well, there's federal supremacy and states can't pass laws that interfere with federal law enforcement.
Right. But he always believes in state supremacy otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. State supremacy to oppress people, but not, yeah. But I think, for instance, the taking of Rumeysa Ozturk.
Which one was that? The woman?
The tough student who got pulled off.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was deliberate, that she's in Somerville,
Right,
which is the bluest city in the bluest state.
Yeah, that's right.
That they deliberately chose her in order to spread the fear that we can take you here, we can take you anywhere.
That's right. You weren't there when it happened. Were you close by?
No. I mean,
it could have been.
She got taken at Tufts. I live in Porter Square, so it wasn't.
She wasn't in Somerville at the.
No, she was in Somerville, but she was in a different part of Somerville than I live. Yeah.
I know it a little bit. Yeah. Well, and so what do you think overall in terms of the movement against Trump, the progressive movement, left-wing movement, in terms of not just about the elections, but in terms of stuff now that can be done or will be done, should be done?
Well, I mean, I don't have any greater insight than anybody else, but I'm a union lawyer. Okay.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh.
And I know from
which union?
Oh, like Unite Here, a lot of unions that have a lot of immigrant workers.
Yeah, Unite.
Unite Here, UAW, postal workers, stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the thing I know about how to win strikes, is that militant rhetoric from the leaders or calls for solidarity that come out without actually building it.
Right.
That's the recipe to lose, because you're not doing anything to fight the fear and terror that the employer will put on people going on. You're gonna use your job. You better cross the picket line and come back to work, or your family's gonna be wiped out. Right.
Well, they try to do that before the union's recognized with elections.
Oh yeah. But But even after the union comes in, it's striking is futile. Submit to our demands, right? But the way you beat that is not through empty sloganeering.
Yeah.
It's building cohesion, communication, and mutual aid, so that every single striker is not simply told an injury to one is an injury to all, but they feel it.
Yeah. Well, in the mutual aid, I mean, they have the strike fund.
It's strike funds and people in the community that bring meals to the picket lines and stuff like that. And also I feel like we can't give in to terror and think that the only resistance is wringing our hands about how bad and mean and unstoppable they are.
Yeah.
Because they're not unstoppable. Right. And to say that they are is a form of obeying in advance.
Yeah.
It amplifies their power.
Yeah.
But also there are people that say, oh, and we have to blow up buildings and slash the ice van tires, and there's always a touch of despair in it. Oh yeah, it's futile, but we have to go down in flames and martyrdom.
Yeah. Well, we don't believe in that.
Well, it's not just that I don't believe in violence or anything like that.
The martyrdom idea.
It's narcissistic.
That's what I think. Yeah. Well, I wrote something, you might say on Substack, where I mentioned about Tyler Robinson. I mentioned about lone assassins, that there's got to be usually some kind of form of narcissism. Yeah. Right. And antisocial personality.
Right.
Right. And I think he's got it. But you'll like the thing because I always said the title is An Assassination I Applaud. But the subtitle is, it was a Jewish guy in 1938, a 17-year-old boy, teenager, who shot and killed a German ambassador in Paris, in the German embassy, our embassy in Paris. Because, his family had been pushed out of Poland. They were exported or deported to France, and he was 17. I mean, he knew the end was. I was just 38. Well, and that I can applaud because he had no choice.
Right. I'll tell you a story that when I first went to the Holocaust Museum in D.C. They have this great way to go through the exhibits where before you even start, you reach into this huge bowl with little ping pong balls with names in them and identities. Wow. So you open the ping pong ball and you are a Hungarian pharmacist who was 56 who lived in Warsaw, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened was, like, I reached into the bowl and got like the names of all these like old people that went on the cattle cars and died in Auschwitz.
Right.
And so I went through them and like replaced them and threw them out
Yeah.
until like on the sixth try,
Got what?
I got like some young French Jew who joined the resistance and blew up all the Nazi staff cars. I'm going, yeah!
That's pretty damn good. I like that. I like that story a lot. Well, so, you know, what doesn't give me hope is, and I was reading something last night that was great about the difference between hope and optimism. Mm-hmm. And it was actually a famous British rabbi who died a few years ago, who was a lord. He had been appointed to the House of Lords. He was like world famous. And he wrote about a lot of stuff. And optimism, he says, is passive. It's like a condition that you are in, listen. You're not working for it. You have it. It's not an active, whereas hope is an active. How does that strike
I mean,
you?
times like this, I get almost mystical about time and history.
Yeah.
Where
I know you're definitely an historian.
But I feel, and I don't know how this lines up with different religious traditions.
Sure.
I mean, I used to be an atheist, but I lost my faith in it.
I am too.
Yeah. But there is this sense about like hope.
Yeah.
That you're remembering the future. That hope is just memory projected into the future.
Yeah.
And it's as though I'm imagining what my children and grandchildren and the generations of other people's children, like, what do they expect of me now? Like, what am I doing to bring the possible future where we win into being?
And does that make you, that can lead to despair too?
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all.
I mean, in the terms of saying, like when I talked to that guy, Jonathan Sachs. You said, did you watch the thing I sent you?
Oh, I'm sorry,
okay,
not yet.
Sorry. Yeah. So a lot of it was with him, spinning that thing around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. And he said that, I said, how long do you think it will take to undo this damage, even if we win in 2026 or whatever? He said, I think 50 years. And I said, I don't think that long. Maybe I didn't even say that. I said, well, we won't be around then.
You see, the reason I disagree with that is that it would take 50 years if the only way we go about reconstructing is to try to reestablish the liberal status quo.
Oh, no, I said I agree with you. I said even to go, either to go back or to go forward, meaning making it change.
Well, I mean, look at the New Deal.
Yeah.
I mean, the New Deal, like, responded to the catastrophic collapse of the Gilded Age.
Right.
And it took a few years, and arguably World War II was the thing that like finally brought us through.
Economy,
But it came from the fact that there wasn't just FDR and there weren't just like people at the top of the government, but you had a whole generation of New Dealers at all levels, not just of the government, but of society, like unions and economic communities.
Sure.
Who invented a new ideology, basically.
And we could do that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, because was the right as well organized? I guess it would have been. The Klan was even big at that time.
Oh, yeah. In fact, the right that we're seeing now is just the lineal descendant of the right that fought the New Deal in the 30s.
Yeah. And maybe the Confederates.
No, exactly. Yeah.
It's really a continuation of that. So what, besides the issue of immigration and rounding up immigrants, deporting and all that stuff, what else are you most concerned about?
Oh, jeez.
Well, what about freedom of speech? I mean, the press. And I'm like taking, I mean, maybe it's not the most, but taking off Steve Colbert, having this new FCC guy,
Yeah.
which is incredible.
But the reason that doesn't bother me,
Yeah.
I mean, I tell you what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'm worried about things that I would be worried about even if Kamala Harris were president.
Okay.
I'm worried about climate change, and I'm worried about the AI apocalypse.
Okay, tell me about that. Well, tell me about both.
Well, I mean,
I like that term.
you know about climate change.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that the possibility that AI is not just a good thing, but actually ushers in a permanent golden age of human life would be if they achieve what even the 19th century people believed in, that as we progress technologically, machines will take care of all the necessities of life. The idea of dehumanizing labor will fade, and we sit around and write poetry and perform Shakespeare, and human life flowers because we're working five hours a week. That's possible, but the dark end of it is that evil people will increasingly weaponize AI to use it as weapons of war and oppression.
Well, it's Big Brother stuff.
Oh, right? The surveillance state,
And that's sort of happening, right?
Yeah, so I'm worried about, so when you ask me what I'm worried about, I'm worried about those two things. I'm not worried about freedom of speech, and here's why. If you want free speech, speak freely.
Okay.
And what I put out a Facebook post after Kimmel got canceled.
Well, it was just a week ago, right?
Yeah. And we got to be Facebook friends so that you can see the brilliant things I write. Okay.
Look at me on Substack.
Anyway, I felt like saying, it's true that this is just the beginning, and that Trump, through extortion and bribery and the use of the FCC and corporate mergers and all that, will,
and with Colbert too.
And will try to, and probably mostly succeed in taking over the mainstream media. But then I said, okay, well, so what? So what of it?
We've got the other.
That it's not like snarky, hipster, left-leaning late-night talk shows were ever successful in preventing fascism. And it was also that, and it's not that I think that people like Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Meyers and Jon Stewart, Rachel Maddow,
and John Oliver.
I mean,
and
that we absolutely need their humor and sassiness and truth. But instead of whining about how they are being deplatformed, we should talk about the alternative channels we create so that they can pop up again like whack-a-mole.
Well, I think I would imagine they're going to get together and create something new.
Good.
I would imagine.
Like my example is Mehdi Hasan, who I love, was great on MSNBC.
And he got kicked off.
He got kicked off wrongly. But he's shown up again in YouTube channels.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, right?
Right.
And maybe, does Netflix do they do any news? I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I wouldn't count on Netflix streaming genuinely subversive stuff.
Right. No, but the thing about YouTube, because I'm on YouTube, they sensationalize everything. And they do it, and they're lined up, the algorithms are lined up, the algorithms are lined up to make you pissed off, to get the biggest response.
Well, also to keep people like us in our own little cultural information silos.
Which isn't good.
Which is why both in 2016 and 2024, I was absolutely sure that Hillary and Kamala were going to win, because everybody I knew, and look at all these YouTubes that agree with me, you know.
Right. No, everybody. Yeah, so I think YouTube is not really an alternative. I don't think.
I think it is an alternative as long as our stuff doesn't get taken down and scrubbed. But then it's up to us not to rely on the algorithm, but to take the YouTubes and disseminate the links to people that wouldn't otherwise see them. That's why I put QR codes
on the thing.
On the thing, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's a damn good thing. Well, I'm a little bit skeptical about. I've always been left of center, of course, and kind of left liberal, maybe pro-socialist. But I get a little skeptical when people get dogmatic behind that.
Oh, Jesus,
Do
yeah.
you feel that way?
Absolutely.
Okay.